Hello everybody, it's Bill, that college football guy here. Another video. Yeah, we're talking about all those videos that I alluded to on the recap of the national championship game here at the house, recording this earlier. And this is my atonement. This is all the videos that needed to be done, all the ones about the preseason predictions. Now, to get this going on here, what we're talking about here, for those of you who didn't catch it, I want to know, why is there a video coming up every hour? In the preseason, I make predictions like everybody else does. Except I do more than I think pretty much anybody else does on YouTube. I do game by game, which a lot of people do. You know, like an example I give, like this year's Tennessee Volunteers. My Vols. I had them going 9-3 in the preseason, losing to Oklahoma, Bama, and Georgia. Well, they beat Oklahoma, and they beat Alabama, but they also lost to Arkansas. So that means out of wins and losses, I had 3 games wrong. So I went 9-3 predicting their schedule. So the atonement's going to be is I'm going to go back through all my predictions from in the preseason, the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC, the American, the Mountain West, the Pac-12, and the Sun Belt. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other schools, 6 in FBS, 6 in FBS, 1 FCS, 1 in Division 3. So the single predictions were Bowling Green, Middle Tennessee State, Notre Dame, Ohio, Toledo, and UTEP. I did North Dakota from FCS and Wisconsin Whitewater for Division 3, but somebody asked me to make the picks. So we have 134 schools in FBS. And I realized, if you do the math here real quick, ACC's got 17, the Big Ten's got 18, so that's 35, 16 apiece for the Big 12 and the SEC. That's 32, 35 and 32 makes 67. The American has 14, that makes 81. The Mountain West has 12, that makes 93. Pac-12 has 2, makes 95. Sun Belt has 14, that makes 109. Plus the 6 schools in conference. So out of the 134 schools in FBS, I'm doing game-by-game predictions on 115 of them. This is nuts. And the fact is, I put the videos in the preseason. Normally I do like the prediction videos, do the whole conference, go through it. I did them 3 schools at a time because I had a funny feeling that y'all weren't watching everything. And what do you know? Like in the preseason, I think I do from the 1st of July, I do a thing called subscriber roll call, where I ask you in the videos, hey, what's your favorite school? Shout it out in the comments. And I come up with a list. We had 45 this year. And when I do my picks during the season, those of you who watched them, I do the entire AP, or when it becomes later, the college football playoff top 25, and then any school on the subscriber list that wasn't listed. I will game by game pick during the season all your games. But I also do them in the preseason. And when I found out if it wasn't on that subscriber list or a major school, you didn't watch. You didn't care. So why am I making a video if you're not going to watch it? So this is the last time you're going to see this thing this damn big. So what we're going to do is I'm doing one video at a time. Start with the ACC, then the Big 12, the Big 10, the SEC, the American, the Mountain West, the Sun Belt, and then the last one will be the Pac-12 split with all the individual schools. And then the final one, the 9th video, will be a recap of all of it, which will be really short, sweet, to the point, and also what's going to be going on, some of the things going on in the offseason. It's going to be a really short video. I didn't want to do it with the last. I could possibly with the last one, but I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to give you, like, if you guys didn't want to watch it, you just go skip ahead of the other one. We'll find out which one gets the most views. But in 9th video, starting releasing them 9 a.m. Eastern on, when you see this video, 9 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday, and then 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just doing one an hour. Knock them all out. Instead of stretching this out over a week, nobody's really going to watch these except for those who are one of my core subscribers. You guys are going to watch it. I know this. It's not exactly something that's on there, but I believe in holding myself accountable. I made these picks in the preseason. I'm also the only one I know of that comes out on YouTube and comes back and says, hey, here, make fun of me. Here's where I was wrong. And holds myself accountable for it. So, done enough explaining. We're almost 5 minutes in this damn thing. We haven't even got started. So we're starting with the ACC. So we're starting off, we're going alphabetical order with the schools. We're starting off with Boston College. I had them going 5-7 on the year with losses to Florida State, Missouri, Michigan State, Virginia, Virginia Tech, Louisville, and SMU. What did I get wrong? Well, I had losing to Florida State in Dublin. Florida State, they won, got that. So I got that wrong. I had them losing to Michigan State. They won, got that wrong. That's the only two I got wrong out of all the Boston College's schedules. So I went 10-2 picking Boston College. The Cal Golden Bears, I had them going 6-6 with losses to Auburn, Florida State, Pitt, NC State, Wake Forest, and SMU. How did I do? Well, I had them losing to Auburn. They won, so I got that wrong. I had them beating Miami. Yeah, I had them beating Miami. Don't know what I was thinking, but I had them beating Miami because I thought the Cal was at home. Miami would have trouble going cross country. Didn't work out that way, so they lost, so I got that wrong. I had them losing to Wake Forest. They won. I got that wrong. I had them beating Syracuse. They lost, so I got that wrong. So that means I went 8-4 predicting Cal's schedule. Clemson Tigers. Had them going 9-3 with losses to Georgia in Atlanta, to Florida State, and to Virginia Tech. So what games I get wrong? Well, I had them losing to Florida State. They beat them, so I got that wrong. I had them beating Louisville. They lost. I got that wrong. I had them beating South Carolina. They lost. I got that wrong. So 9-3, picking Clemson's schedule. Duke Blue Devils. Had them going 5-7. With losses to Northwestern, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, Florida State, Miami, NC State, and Wake Forest. What did I get wrong? A bunch. I had them losing to Northwestern. They won. Got that wrong. Had them losing to North Carolina. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Florida State. They won. Got that wrong. I had them beating SMU. I don't know why I had them beating SMU, but they had them beating SMU. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them losing to NC State. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Wake Forest. They won. Got that wrong. So I'm at 6-6 picking the Duke Blue Devils. Oh boy. The worst I did on anybody. I drank the Kool-Aid. I'm an idiot. The Florida State Seminoles. I had them going 10-2. Well, I had the 10 and the 2 right, just not in the right order. What games did I get wrong? First off, I had their only losses to Miami and a Notre Dame. What did I get wrong? Well, they actually lost those two games. So I got those two right. It's a whole bunch of other wins I got wrong, like beating Georgia Tech in Dublin, got that wrong. Beating Boston College and beating Boston College, they lost, got that wrong. Beating Memphis, they lost, got that wrong. Beating SMU, they lost, got that wrong. Beating Clemson, they lost, got that wrong. Beating Duke, they lost, got that wrong. Beating North Carolina, they lost, got that wrong. Beating Florida, they lost, got that wrong. 4-8. Picking Florida State schedule. We were out of all of the schools, all the ones I did picks for, this was the worst. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets had them going 7-5 with losses to Florida State and Dublin, Syracuse, Louisville, Notre Dame, and Georgia. What did I get wrong? Well, I had them losing to Florida State. They won. Got that wrong. And I had them beating Virginia Tech. They lost. I got that wrong. So there's only two I got wrong. So I got 10-2 going picking Georgia Tech. The Louisville Cardinal had them going 8-4 with losses to Notre Dame, Miami, Clemson, and Kentucky. Well, how'd I do there? Well, I had them beating SMU. I thought they were going to pull it off at home. They didn't. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Clemson. They won. Got that wrong. I had them beating Stanford on the road. I thought they could pull it off. Stanford was jolly at home. They lost. Got that wrong. And I had them losing to Kentucky. They won. Got that wrong. So I went 8-4, picking Louisville's schedule. The Miami Hurricanes, I had them going 9-3 with losses to Florida, Cal, and Georgia Tech. What did I get wrong? Well, I had them losing to Florida. They won. Got that wrong. Had them losing to Cal. They won. Got that wrong. I had them beating Syracuse. They lost. Got that wrong. So I went 9-3 picking Miami's schedule. The NC State Wolfpack, I had them going 8-4 with losses to Tennessee, which was neutral site in Charlotte, Clemson, Georgia Tech, and North Carolina. What did I get wrong? Well, I had them beating Wake Forest. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them beating Syracuse. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them, hold on here, beating Duke. They lost. Got that wrong. And I had them losing to North Carolina. They won. Got that wrong. So we're talking 8-4. Pick the NC State schedule. And here we are with the North Carolina Tar Heels. I had them going 8-4, losing to Minnesota, Georgia Tech, Florida State, and Boston College. What did I get wrong? Well, I had them losing to Minnesota on the road. They won. Got that wrong. I had them beating James Madison. Man, that was a game, wasn't it? 70-50. That's pinball machine of a game. Had them winning James Madison. They lost. Got that wrong. Had them beating Duke. They lost. Got that wrong. Had them beating Pitt. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Florida State. They won. Got that wrong. I had them beating NC State. They lost. Got that wrong. We're talking 6-6. Picking the North Carolina Tar Heels. Pitt Panthers. I had them going 6-6 in the preseason, with losses to West Virginia, North Carolina, SMU, Clemson, Louisville, and Boston College. So what games did I get wrong? Well, I had them losing to West Virginia. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to North Carolina. They won. Got that wrong. I had them beating Virginia. They lost. Got that wrong. So that's 9-3. Picking Pitt's schedule. SMU had them going 6-6. Second worst performance, with losses to TCU, Florida State, Louisville, Stanford, Duke, and Virginia. What did I get wrong? I had them beating BYU. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them losing to TCU. They won. Got that wrong. In fact, we had 5 games in a row that I got wrong. I had them losing, and they won. So all 5 I got wrong. TCU, Florida State, Louisville, Stanford, and Duke. And lastly, I had them losing to Virginia. They won. Got that wrong. So I went 5-7 picking SMU schedule. Yikes. The Stanford Cardinal had them going 5-7, with losses to TCU, Syracuse, Clemson, Notre Dame, NC State, Louisville, and Cal. What did I get wrong? Well, I had them losing to Syracuse. They won. Got that wrong. I had them back-to-back games where I thought they'd win and they lose to SMU and Wake Forest. They lost both those games, so I got that wrong. I thought they were going to lose to Louisville. They won. Got that wrong. I thought they were going to beat San Jose State. They lost. So I don't know how they pulled that one off. Got that wrong. So I went 6-6, predicting Stanford's schedule. The Syracuse Orangemen, I had them going 6-6. With losses to NC State, Pitt, Virginia Tech, Boston College, Cal, and Miami. Excuse me. So what did I get wrong? I had them beating Stanford. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them losing to NC State. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Virginia Tech. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Cal. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Miami. They won. Got that wrong. So I'm at 7-5 picking Syracuse's schedule. The Virginia Cavaliers, I had them going 4-8. Their 8 losses were to Wake Forest, Maryland, Louisville, Clemson, North Carolina, Pitt, Notre Dame, and Virginia Tech. What did I get wrong? I had them losing to Wake Forest. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Pitt. They won. Got that wrong. That's it. I went 10-2 picking Virginia's schedule. Virginia Tech, I had them going 8-4 with losses to Miami, Stanford, Georgia Tech, and Duke. How did I do in the predictions for Virginia Tech? Well, they were spot on beating Vanderbilt. Man, that game from week 1, they lost. Got that wrong. I had them beating Rutgers. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Stanford. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Georgia Tech. They won. Got that wrong. I had them beating Syracuse. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them beating Clemson in an upset. They lost. Got that wrong. So I'm at 6-6 picking Virginia Tech. And last but not least, we're talking Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons. I had them going 5-7 on the year, with losses to Ole Miss, NC State, Clemson, Stanford, Cal, North Carolina, and Miami. How did they do? Well, I had them beating Virginia. They lost. Got that wrong. I had them beating Louisiana. They lost. How the hell they pulled that loss off? Got that wrong. I had them losing to NC State. They won. Got that wrong. I had them losing to Stanford. They won. Got that wrong. I had them beating Duke in the season finale. They lost. I got that wrong. So I went 7-5 predicting the ACC, predicting Wake Forest. So the final bit here, if we go through them again here, Boston College 10-2, 8. You know, I'm not gonna do this again here, but basically, if you go to the wrap up here for everything else here, I went 128-76 out of 204 possible games, 62.7% winning percentage. Not too good. I would like to have that better, but unfortunately, that's just what it is. Just too many 6 and 6s and a 5 and 7 and a 4 and 8. Just I did bad picking ACC schools this year. So now it's your turn to make fun of me when I got wrong. So would you let me know what you think about how I did in the comments. So thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't done it already, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps out the video. Lets YouTube know the videos are getting paid attention to. Comment on the video, share the video. If you want to, check out some of the videos I've done. If you like them, I do a lot of, during the season, a lot of game stuff, and I do realignment and other things going on. You want to subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me in the craziness that is X, the link is in the description. I do a lot of recruiting stuff on there, transfer portal, even though that mess. So again, thanks everybody for watching. Big 12's next. Another video to get down to. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's enjoying this. Round 2. Be safe and please be good to each other.